a hand clap.
Good morning. Good morning again. I hope you can all see me. Can you see me? Yeah? You cannot? That's why you need to apply your faith. Believe I'm here. Okay? I'm so delighted to be here this morning. And when I look at you, I'm so encouraged because I see myself many years ago when I was in high school, about to graduate. And what I'm about to talk to you about this morning is purpose. Repeat after me, purpose. Say purpose. When God created you, He created you for a reason and a purpose. Amen? And so I run two companies. One company is called PrincecamMedia. Some of you might have heard about it. The other company is Talanta Institute, and I'm sure some of you have heard about it. And I'll connect this to purpose, and as I talk to you about purpose, because when I was like you in high school, I didn't know my purpose. I was trying to figure out what is my purpose. And I remember when we were in Form 4, the last term, we had strikes almost every other term. And we were there joyriding and having fun and not thinking about our purpose. And Mwalimu talked about preparation, and I thought maybe she has seen my notes, because I had written a quote by Abraham Lincoln that he said if you're given 6 hours to chop a tree, he will spend 4 hours sharpening the axe. Okay? And when you're here in school, you're here to sharpen your axe, preparing for the future. And you're laying a foundation for your future. Okay? And when you think about purpose, every body created has a purpose. Okay? And they say if the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. So if you don't know your purpose, you are going to abuse your life, and you're going to abuse other people in your life. That is why it's very important to know your purpose. It's very important to know why God created you. Because when you read the Bible, okay, you discover that when God created man, He put His breath in man. Okay? So there is a piece of God in you. Okay? So believe when God created you, there is part of God that is in you. And you need to discover that part and ask God, why did you create me? For what purpose did you create me? Because God did not create you just to exist. Just to exist and run up and down. God created you with a purpose, and you need to discover that purpose. Because if you don't discover that purpose, you're going to abuse the reason why you were born, and you're going to live a frustrated life, and you're going to make many other people miserable and frustrated. That is why it is very important to discover your purpose. That is in the Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, that when God created you, He breathed in man. He put His breath in man. He put part of Him in that man, that you may discover why God put that breath in you, so that you can impact many other people's life. I'm going to give you 3 points today, and there are 3 very important days in your life. Say 3 days. And I want to know if you are together. Repeat after me. I am a champion. I'm more than a conqueror. I am a champion. I am more than a conqueror. That is one thing you can keep repeating every morning. As you look at yourself in the mirror, you always have to tell yourself, you are a champion, because God lives in you. Amen. God dwells in you, and you always have to look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and say, I am a champion. This is the best day in my life. So 3 very most important days in your life, and the number 1 day is the day you were born. Say, the day I was born. And you cannot do anything about the day you were born. You were just born, you showed up, you didn't even know you were born, you discovered later. Okay, when you learned how to speak, you're like, you were born. But there is a day number 2. Say after me, the day number 2. The day number 2, and the very other most important day, is when you discover the reason why you were born. Like I said before, when God brought you to this world, He brought you with a purpose. So the day you discover that purpose, it's very important to discover, why was I born? Okay? Why was I born? it's very important, because if you don't discover why you were born, you can live a very frustrated life. You can live, so frustrated, you can go abusing drugs, you can go doing all manner of things because you don't know the reason why you were born. But the day you discover why you were born, you start having fun as you do what you were born. You are wired to do something, and it will be very bad. And they said it would be very bad for us to judge all animals how good they are by how fast they can climb a tree. Can you imagine us judging an elephant by how fast it can climb a tree? But an elephant was born to be in the jungle, to eat grass. The fish was born to be in the water. If the fish tries to operate out of the water, it will be so frustrated. Can you imagine the fish trying to walk? It doesn't even have legs. Okay, can you imagine an elephant or even a lion, the king of the jungle, trying to survive in the water? It cannot survive. So the same to you. If you go where you're not supposed to be, you might be that lion trying to swim, and you are not born to swim. That is why it's so important for you to discover your purpose. If you're meant to be in the jungle, if you're meant to be the king of the jungle, if you go to the water, you'll be very frustrated. You live your life thinking you're useless because you're trying to do what you are not wired to do. So that is a very important day to discover why you are born. Discover your purpose. And one of the purpose, like I say, is to serve God. God put his breath in you, and you're supposed to impact many other people with that which God put in you. The third day is the day you die. And people think the day you die is that day when your heart will stop beating and you're put, in a casket or you're buried. But you can do something about that day. First is to know that you need to do all that you're supposed to do before that day comes. Okay? Some people say that you cannot do anything about the day you'll die, or you cannot determine the day you will die. Let me tell you today, you can determine the day you will die. Because physically, if you go on top of KICC and jump, let me tell you the truth, 99% you're going to die. Okay? It doesn't mean that is the day that was appointed for you to die. But if you decide to do that, so be it, you're going to die. But again, you can also live here on earth, but live as walking dead. Because if you're not living your purpose, you're walking dead. Okay? You'll be frustrated, you'll be walking there. So that's why the day you die is also very important, because you can die at 20 and be buried at 80 years and live a whole 60 years. Exist, not live. Exist for 60 years. Can you imagine? And you already died at 20 or at 14. I know I have people here at 14, 13, 15, 16. You can actually die at 16 and exist for maybe 70 years. And that's a disaster, okay? It's a great disaster to exist for 76 years or for 80 years. You're just existing. You're not even living, because if you don't live your purpose, you're just existing, frustrated, and you can frustrate many other people. That is why the day you die is also very important, and you determine the day you die. Jesus lived for only 33 years, but the impact is felt more than 33 years, more than 2,000 years after he died. That is why you have to live a life of purpose. Like I said again, my topic is purpose. You have to live a life of purpose. Tell your neighbor, live a life of purpose. And you have to purpose to live a life of purpose. Amen. So purpose today will be the day that you change. If you didn't know your purpose, start looking for that purpose today. When I cleared high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. At some point, I became a tout. At some point, I became a farmer. At some point, I trained and became a waiter. And later, when I discovered how to pray, is when I met my mentor, who mentored me in photography. And I became one of the best photographers in the country. And I started the company PrincecamMedia. And that is when I discovered, this is what I was born for. Because at that time, we did productions that became award-winning productions. We did videos like Unadawa by Esther Wahome that have become hit for many years. That's like 10 or so years ago. We did make video. We discovered people like Jimmy Gate, who now, you see him, and we did his production. We housed him and did many things for so many other artists. Of late, we've done videos for Mercy Masika, Mwema that have impacted so many people all over the world. And so many other videos we've done, and many other TV programs we've done, like Central Comedy and many other TV shows that have changed many people's lives. And that's when I discovered this is my purpose. Okay? It took me longer than you because I discovered my purpose after high school. And in high school, we used to do a manner of things. I was, I think, a very mischievous boy when I was in high school. And even when there was a strike on the third term, I was among the leaders. I wasn't, but because I was so mischievous, I became, a culprit of that, and I was, expelled from school. So, you as a young person today, when you discover your purpose, Kenya is going to celebrate you. Okay? Some of you, Kenya is going, and not just Kenya, because right now we are a global village. Okay? The whole world is going to celebrate you. So today, my time will not be wasted spending more than about an hour in the jam coming here to speak to you. If you just discover your purpose, if you just consult and look within you, consult your teachers and ask them, what do you think I'm good at? Consult, you know everybody around you, but more look within you, because most of the time we look without when we should be looking within. And your teachers always tell you that what they train you is a very small percentage. You're supposed to do the rest yourself, isn't it? You're told what they teach you is a small percentage. Much of the work is you who's supposed to do it. So you also frustrate them if you don't do your work, because they can be here teaching you every day, shouting, but you have already blocked your system. You've already blocked them out. You're there, looking at and making all fun of the teachers and the mentors you meet along the way. It took one mentor to change my destiny. It can take one teacher here to change your destiny. So it is upon you. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. So is the student fast? If the student is ready, the teacher shows up immediately. So the teachers can be here all the time, but if your heart is not ready, they will not show up. They will be there existing, but they will not have an impact in your life. So as I conclude, I'll say these things, that how many years you live, it doesn't matter how many years you live. It matters how you live those years. There are people who live for only 30 years, like I've said, even Jesus lived for 33 years, but the impact is felt many years down the line. So it doesn't matter how many years you live, it matters how you live those years. You may live 20 years, but the impact is felt for generations to come. You may live 100 years, but with no impact. In the Bible, we've heard about somebody called Methuselah. And I think lived for about 900 years. But we don't hear a lot about what Methuselah did. 900 years, almost 1,000 years. But we don't hear much about what Methuselah did. But 33 years, and we hear every day about the impact that Jesus left. So it is very important that you live a deliberate life, that you purpose. Every day you will think about what you're doing. Whether you're here in school, and as for candidates, as you leave school, life is about to begin, and every morning you have to remind yourself, why am I living? Most of the time, we look from outside when you're supposed to be looking from within. You're looking at, Kenya, what is happening? You talk about, my teachers and all that. God created you with everything you need inside you. You are born fully loaded. Tell your neighbor, you're born fully loaded. So it's upon you now to discover what God put in you and bring it out. 3 things you need to succeed in your life. I know there are many other things, but these are among 3 things that will help you succeed. Number 1, discipline. Repeat after me, discipline. I know the teachers talk about discipline here every time, and it's one of the big issues we have in schools today. But discipline, without discipline, you will not make it in life. Discipline, and you know what discipline means, so I will not explain what discipline means. Number 2, diligence. Repeat after me, diligence. Diligence, and all these things are in the Bible. I will not say where, but go read and you'll see all these things there. Diligence is the other thing. You need to work hard, okay? If you are not diligent, you can't make it in life, okay? So you need to be diligent in whatever you're doing. After you discover your purpose, be diligent in your purpose. Okay? Sharpen your axe. Sharpen your skills, okay? Read, learn. Even those who are about to clear school, this is when learning is about to begin, okay? And number 3, focus. Repeat, focus. You need to be very focused. Don't allow yourself to be swayed every time. I know there's a lot of peer pressure, especially as teenagers. There's a peer pressure from every side. Be focused. Know what you want in life. When we were in school, we were being told, uliingia hapa shule peke yako na utatoka peke yako. I thought my teachers were, I thought it's just another quote my teachers had learned how to quote. But today, I can't tell you, I don't communicate to all the people we were with in school. Maybe just one on Facebook. I've not met most of them. There are people I used to look up to, and they were heroes. Because those times, they were the leaders of the strikes, they were the mischievous people, they were smoking everything. And we used to see them as heroes. As they smoke everything and they come and they are rioting, we used to see them as heroes. But I've met some of them in town doing meager jobs, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? These are my hero. Now he's a messenger. I'm a CEO running several companies, and I look at them and I wonder what happened. Because that time it was peer pressure, and we used to look at the bad boys as the heroes. Let me tell you the truth. Some years from now, you will not meet all these people. If you meet maybe 1 or 2, but today, at times, there's peer pressure and you move as groups. You're not a group, you're an individual with a purpose. As I conclude, okay, discipline is a major step in human progress. Diligence, hard work will never kill. Hard work has never killed anyone, okay? And I was to conclude with that quote by Abraham Lincoln, that if you're given 6 hours to chop a tree, spend 4 hours sharpening your axe. Sharpen your mind, sharpen your skills, and an opportunity will come very soon. An opportunity will show up for you to start a company very soon. And they say breakthrough or success is when preparedness meets with an opportunity. Okay? Think about that. Later after this, you can write it down, that success will happen when preparedness meets with an opportunity. If tomorrow you get an opportunity and you're not prepared, you will lose that opportunity. Write that down. Don't forget that, and live a life of purpose. I decided to speak this way this morning so that if I meet you 10 years from today, you'll tell me, when you came and talked about purpose, I changed my life. I decided to pray and know my purpose, and that is why my life is different. Okay? Please, don't let my few minutes or me spending time in the jam to come here be a waste. Use it, and you'll be celebrated tomorrow. Okay? And some of you, as you clear, maybe we'll meet some of you in our institute, at Talanta Institute. When we say in Talanta Institute, we unveil champions, because we believe there is a champion inside everybody. All we do is to unveil that champion. Okay? Don't die with that champion. Someone said the richest part in land is not the gold mine. The biggest gold mine we have, or the richest part, is a graveyard. If you go to Langata today, that is the richest part in Kenya. Because at Langata, or at any grave site, at any graveyard, lies unwritten books. There lies songs that were never sung. There lies dreams and champions that were never unveiled. I challenge you today, don't go to the grave with that which God put in you. And don't die before your time and exist for many years. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend.